Haunting. Hello and welcome to the second Ronin special for the Quebec land draw. There was a second municipality within Ford Fiesta distance that offered in 2024. By the time you see this it will be over. Sorry I got busy to edit this not fast enough. Next fall there will be a new set to consider. This year I sort of decided I love Waltham, but need a better car. The location is near this giant human-made lake, a hydroelectric reservoir. It's called Baskatong. These 15 are almost directly on the Grand Lake. And we'd find within walking of a boat drop, harbor. They are very tightly packed, but they are within frame of a yellow road, which will be paved so no 3-hour slop through the wilds. The info card has specifics. So these seems way easier to access than the last one. See the directions indicate really close to Baskatong. The idea of villegiature is the plots come with rights to build a house, a shed and a road. It's all right here and you can translate it in Google. The prices for these guys is 2,500 Canadian to start it up and then 8 to 900 a year. Seems okay. It is about 2 hours and 40 minutes north of Ottawa through Wakefield, Maniwaki, Kittigan Zibi, and Bois Franc. First stop is coffee at Wakefield but then good cloud content. See my other vid. I ran out of time in the last land draw video so this time I am leaving early and not stopping as much. Not only will I make it to the lots with time but then to Montreal. The sunrise is made so much more interesting with those clouds. They are in the valley of the river. Honestly it seems that cool cloud content is vastly more popular than sunrise sunset content. And this land surveying is in between the two. Ahead the road goes down, these are the clouds form the beginning of this video. Speeding up the morning sunrise. It is really beautiful but not much happens. The fog is all down the Gatineau River all the way to town. Our destination is the headwater or source for this river by the way. One more stop, I could not resist a cute covered bridge. There seem to be a few on the Gatineau River. This one is in Bois Franc, the last town before the main highway from Montreal to Val d'Or. It is called the Savoyard Bridge. I do not know why. The bridge itself was closed so I approached it from a high outlook. The nearest town is called Grand Remus. At the junction of the Highway 17 which goes to Montreal and 105 which goes to Ottawa. There are basically no planes around here. That sound is the real sound of the drone. Let's mix up the music and make some tourist shots. The water almost doesn't look real. It's so chaotic. Let's change the color a bit and see what happens. Still too much glare at this angle. I'd need a filter. Too much post-production give it a whole fake feel by degrading the look of real-world details like the water. Anyway, let's go. Only about 45 minutes to get there. Meet the Trans-Canadian Highway, turn right, the Baskatong Road turn left, Kemin of the Beaver Dam, then Domain of the Loons. Easy right? Already this site is easier for distance but also there is a settlement already at that Domain of the Loons. There is a haberdashery or purveyor as they call them in French, pourvoirie, same word. Or more common dépanner, a guy that gets you out of a pain. And there is cell signal at these sites. The big block of sites is the one I will cover. Remember, each of those red squares is about a soccer field. And with that I present you the sites. Since they are undeveloped they just look like forest. There were no signs on approach or info cards except right here. I guess because it was so easy. They do mark out a path between the sites with those high-vis laces and the red arrow to the right there. That is how to access the ones further in, and is probably the right of way to get to them usually. Pretty cool. Taking to the air, the site are on the left, the side of the road away from the lake. Last year I got a shot that I could put a square on to mark it, but here I can't. I am cheating. I know that all the land on the left is these sites. I just don't know how they split. You cannot tell from the ground how close you are to the water. While also being locally elevated, these sites should drain really well. You can see my car here. OUWOU mid-distance here you can almost see a road that meets a dam on this lake. They called it Beaver Dam. The lake is a better selling point than the land anyway, turning around very slowly, so I sped it up. You can see from here there is what looks to be a full marina. This area is well developed. There is a cottage rental and everything in that domain. You would be well served here. The lake is pretty big at 20 kilometers across. Comparing this small bay to the rest of the lake, it is really something incredible. There is a water aerodrome on this lake, I know at least, again. For the power company, this area is well developed and has a lot to offer. This site is really good. It's elevated so it won't flood, water will drain off. Did I mention there is cellular service here? And a store within walking distance? In the top right corner you can almost make out more of this grand reservoir. Is it a levee? There is a spanning shot that captured it. I'll focus that one. Otherwise, my guess is this chunk of yellow tree is about half 1 acre? 3/4? Let's try math. Gorgeous. This shot is further down the road, toward the dam. But there was a group of guys hunting, so I did not want to interfere. The drone scares animals. That is the dam, one of many in this reservoir, that I assume lead out to the Gatineau River and down to my city. Okay, these sites are really good. I hope some young people win this and make a little cottage house. That would be wonderful. But for me, the Quebec land draw is over for the year 2024. I won't bid, even though these lots would be ideal for me. I could use a more serious car. That's okay. Best of luck to all who participated. Let's hit the road for Montreal. I had an appointment to see a guy about a rock. That's a big motive for me. Land has rocks in it. Usually. So let's hurry up, rip down the road a bit before getting back on the 117. This drone is not really built for surveying, it's made for racing. Let's go. The second third of the journey is driving to Dyalla Concord, then taking the metro downtown. Walking to the old port, and flying off a really busy and annoying pier. Great stuff. I got my authorization. The phrase "See Zool Sentry" sounds pretty cool, but is very boring. Sadly, I had just missed the sunset. Thank you for watching. I won't write copy for the rest of this. Given my schedule, this season was very productive. I hope everyone who wins is super happy with their land. And maybe next year I will bid. That would be exciting. Take care and have fun.